Hey, it's Steve Morrison from the Preston and Steve Show, and you're listening to Cinescape, changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews, whatever the hell that means.
Welcome to the Cinescape Podcast. We're changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews. Happy Saturday, everybody, live from Wakanda, as I am your host, Sean Harrigan, joined always by Bill Black Panther Tazi.
Hello, I am from Zamunda.
Zamunda?
Zamunda.
Zamunda.
My father was a goat herder.
Was he now? Was he a good one?
A very good goat herder.
Very good.
We are coming to you live here.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
On a Saturday night. We're getting ready for some snow, some inclement weather, but we're going to get all this good stuff in before it gets crappy out there. So thank you guys for joining us. Today's show, as always, is brought to you by Alternate Dimension Toys. Stop in today for the largest collection of toys, collectibles, and Funko Pop. What, Bill?
Who would have thought it figures?
That's right.
Funko Pop figures.
So like I said, we are going to be talking Black Panther tonight. We're going to get on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're going to throw some other things at you first.
Absolutely.
We wanted to express our condolences and deepest sympathies for the people affected by the mass shooting in Florida earlier this week. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and their families. Terrible thing that is just becoming all too frequent in our society today. So hopefully something gets changed, something gets fixed, and we can avoid these tragedies.
Absolutely. Yeah, isn't it just terrible? Like you're just numb to it. You know, I saw that little diagram somebody made on Facebook earlier in the week. You know, just like basically the cycle of it all. You know, it happens. We acknowledge it. We send our prayers via Facebook. And then, it's forgotten until the next one. But the statistic I wasn't even aware of was the fact that there was 29 school shootings to date in 2018.
I think I saw something about that. They're not all considered school shootings. Like they happen near school, some of them. So I think people are just
I was a little blindsided by that fact. I'm like,
You've heard it here first.
Another school shooting.
So we're not going to be CNN or Fox News tonight, but we just wanted to
Fake
send
news.
our best wishes out there.
Yeah.
We also wanted to let you guys know that later on this year, we're going to be adding a new member to the Cinescape family.
Who's that?
Oh.
Sounds like it's news
my future son or daughter.
Well, that family. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought
the all-encompassing Cinescape.
I was like, did we get some kind of government funding to like bring in an intern or something? No,
that would have been interesting.
Would have been great.
But yes, my wife Crystal is pregnant. Bill almost spilled the beans a couple weeks ago before we were ready to announce it to everybody, but we can safely announce it now.
Yeah, we can. Well,
later on in September of this year.
Well,
congratulations.
Well, thank you, Jamie.
We're pulling the condom wrapper off of this breaking news right now. Exactly. So, Sean, can you kind of just replay the night that the inception occurred?
You know, we were actually just trying to figure that out the other day. Right. I brought it up. I'm like, when and where do you think it actually happened?
Right.
Like,
does it usually occur
in the boudoir? Were we
right.
in another location?
Right. Does it usually occur in the bedroom for you?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it happens in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, honey. Have you ever used the butt end of any utensils in the kitchen?
No. No, I have not.
No spoons, sporks.
Sporks?
Yeah, sporks.
Got the spatula out.
Spatulas. Any whisks?
Yep, the wire one.
Yeah. Which end do you use?
The good one. But anyway, we are going to be
all right.
going forth and multiplying here. So yeah, congratulations to me.
Congrats, man, for just sticking it in and you pulling the trigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything works.
Yeah.
Very happy.
You went to the hospital yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did the ultrasound.
You got the baby's first ultrasound.
Yep.
You know.
Is this your
baby, yeah!
Is this your first? Or
Yes, this is my first.
Oh.
That he's aware of.
Yeah. There could be other stragglers.
Could be you. So yeah, that's good, man. You know, you went to the hospital. You guys got everything checked out. So when's the expected due date?
September 27th.
September 27th, 1955. Yes. The day I invented time travel. Not. Awesome, man. Well, you'll have to keep us posted, you know, as things progress. You know, I want, trimester check-ins, all right? I want, ultrasound updates. I want, the vaginal canal updates. You know, I want to know, when it's expanding and I'm so excited. Yeah, you know, if there's any coinciding with the phases of the moon. I also want to know if if there's just a day where you guys may need groceries or something like that. If maybe you're just out of Fluffernutter and because women love Fluffernutter for some reason during pregnancy.
It's good stuff.
But it's like weird because they'll want Fluffernutter, but then they'll want like fried shrimp on top of it.
Ooh, that
you know what
sounds
I mean? Yeah, but then it can't just stop there. You know what I mean? Because then they'll want homemade eclairs, but then they'll want popcorn on top of it, right? It's weird, sweet and salty. Because then they'll want pickles, right? But then they want your semen all over their face. Shut the f*** up! I don't get it. Yeah.
Anyway, we are.
Why don't we move it along?
Yeah, we're gonna get into this
some
week's
stuff
TV
now.
buzz, where we're gonna highlight some of the biggest news stories from the television world. Bill, why don't you kick it off here and read our first one?
Yeah, dude. Always another sad piece of shit I gotta read. Actor John Mahoney, best known for his role on the 90s series Frasier, has passed away at the age of 77.
He's dead.
I never really watched Frasier.
Nah, I wasn't a Frasier fan.
Oh, Niles.
Yeah. He was how old?
77.
Youch.
Not that
That's
old.
not old.
Yeah.
But he's dead.
He could have been older.
Could have been.
So we just want to let you know.
If he had only lived.
He could have been older
he
if
could have been
he
78.
was born sooner.
Ooh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna, just to make up for that one, I'm gonna read the next one.
Okay,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So Disney has multiple Star Wars TV shows in the works. CEO Bob Iger revealed that the studio has a few Star Wars projects being developed for Disney's new streaming service. Quote, we are developing not just one, but a few Star Wars series specifically for the Disney direct-to-consumer app. We've mentioned that we are close to being able to reveal at least one of the entries? One of the entries, I believe, that is, or entities that is developing that for us. I don't even know what.
I just copied and pasted, man.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So
because the deal isn't completely closed, however, we can't be specific. I think you'll find that the level of talent on the television front will be rather significant as well. Iger announced during an earnings call, and that is as per the Hollywood Reporter. So we got some new Star Wars coming out on the streaming service when that gets up and running.
They're really making it difficult to not be a subscriber to this thing when it comes out.
Yeah.
All the products and the properties that they're getting from Fox when that whole thing finally goes through. Live action Star Wars TV shows. It's gonna be.
I'm not gonna buy into
ridiculous.
this, man.
Look, if there's a live action Star Wars show, I'm buying it. I don't care. If that's the only thing that I watch on there, I'm still gonna get it.
I don't know. I just
Sold me.
You're sold on that?
Sold me.
All right. Well, we'll see when it comes out.
And it's not even just one; it's multiple.
Yeah. Well, I don't need all that.
Yes, you do.
Maybe.
You say you don't, but you actually do.
I don't know, man. I don't like all this, squeezing the fucking well dry. You know what I mean?
Well, it's gotta be squeezed somehow. So why not do it dry?
Now, this really pisses me off to no end.
All right. Well, we will look forward to seeing what types of shows are announced when Bye Bye Girl is allowed to. Moving along, a Conan the Barbarian TV series is in the works from Amazon. Per Deadline, the series will be a retelling of the classic pulp hero story by returning, quote-unquote, to his literary origins. Driven out of his tribal homelands, Conan wanders the mysterious and treacherous world of civilization where he searches for purpose in a place that rejects him as a mindless savage.
So is that pulp or no pulp?
Pulp.
Oh. You like pulp?
No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a pulp guy either.
I don't want to chew my juice.
No. I don't like
but Bill, what do you think about a Conan the Barbarian TV series?
Cool, I guess. I don't know. Fuck Conan.
I used to like the animated series back in the 90s.
Did you?
Conan the what is it? Conan the Adventurer.
Yeah.
Conan the Adventurer.
What about Lothar? Lothar of the Hill People.
That'd be a good one.
I am Lothar of the Hill People.
I mean, Amazon is coming out with a lot of these. What else are they doing? They have the Lord of the Rings one that's coming out too. So I mean, they're really stocking up on
Netflix,
properties.
man, they are just buying shit up left and right, aren't they?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about something that Netflix bought and just put out recently.
So we'll wait till we get into that.
But Bill, read our next one.
All right. So, well, get this, because Don Mancini, the writer for just about every film in the Child's Play film franchise, has confirmed that he is writing a script for a new TV series based on the horror franchise. Speaking to Bloody Disgusting, Mancini said, "We plan to use Child's Play in the title. We want to definitely signal that we are going dark, darker than ever before. It's going to be very creepy." Franchise producer David Kirshner also spoke, saying, "I don't think there's a relationship that lasted this long. I'm incredibly excited about this series and to explore a world in which we've never done before." Don has taken the franchise in a wonderfully frightening direction, and he seems to outdo himself every time. So we got some new Child's Play, Chucky, coming up. What do you think about that? I know you, sir, the whole clowns and...
well, I mean, he's not a clown. He's just a doll.
I mean,
my wife is terrified of Chucky, though.
Really?
She would not be happy to hear this news. But for myself, I really don't care.
I don't care.
I don't know, and I don't care. This was never really a franchise that I got into much. I mean,
I
saw them as a kid, and they weren't scary then. And
right.
How many direct-to-DVD sequels were put out.
Yeah.
I just really don't care.
Yeah.
Do a TV series, fine. Maybe you can get some, other horror toys in there or something to do a huge crossover. I don't know. Get the Ashley Slashy puppet from Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Do a team up. I don't know. It sounds stupid to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This was never really a franchise either myself that
Andy!
I got it. Yes, I mean, as they went on, and when I was a kid too, I always got Child's Play and Problem Child confused.
Ooh.
When they were on TV, because they both were
got a little redheaded kid,
and so yeah. So when I was younger,
John Redder is Chucky.
So I would naturally, enjoy Problem Child more than I did Child's Play.
Child.
Right. So, when I was a kid, I would be looking through the TV guide or something like that, I would often find myself, I'm like, look at, in my head, Problem Child's on TV, but then I turn it on, it's little fucking Chucky with a knife, and I'm like, oh man, it's the other child movie thing that I got duped.
Yeah.
So,
Dude.
doobity doop.
So look forward to us reviewing that one when hell freezes over. Anyway, our final TV buzz story of the evening. Another mega TV producer is leaving a longtime studio home to head to Netflix in what is believed to be the biggest TV pact ever. Ryan Murphy, an Emmy, Golden Globe, and Peabody Award-winning producer, director, and writer, has signed an overall deal with Netflix, which could reach as high as, get this, Bill, $300 million. It starts July 1st. Murphy spoke on the impending Fox/Disney deal, saying, "The stuff I do isn't specifically Disney," Murphy said. "I was concerned. Do I have to start putting Mickey Mouse in American Horror Story?" So it looks like Ryan Murphy is not happy to be a part of the House of Mouse. He's jumping ship. He's heading over to Netflix. And yeah, this could, I guess, depending on what you thought about the last couple seasons of American Horror Story, bode well or not so much for fans of the show.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what direction this is going to send, certain things in, where, what is that going to leave for the American Horror Story franchise? But, I
think after this next season, it's probably going to be done with.
It's got to be done, yeah. I mean, we know now after last season, how all these seasons are tying in and what the themes are and obviously what is left at this point. So we'll see how that series goes out, and we'll have to see, how this new chapter in his career going over to Netflix is going to play out, because, I mean, obviously, they scooped up a guy with a long history of and a strong track record of putting out strong watchable material for large audiences, and I mean that's honestly what Netflix is trying to capture right now. They're trying to capture large numbers. I mean, obviously, it is a trap. Like Cloverfield Paradox, that was a fucking trap. Here you had a movie that has honestly a pretty strong cast, and we discussed.
Well, hold on, we're gonna get into our Cloverfield.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm just gonna. This will just be brief,
Okay.
But I was just gonna say that on one of our past shows we discussed what was the changes going on with Cloverfield, and then all of a sudden, boom, got dropped on the day of the Super Bowl. And
the night after our Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl,
Super Bowl, baby! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Damn right.
Still doesn't get old, right?
No.
You know
really
what?
doesn't.
Real quick, I was watching the game again last night when I got home from work. It was on NFL.
I rewatched it again the next day.
And you know what, man? I still cannot believe, that we won. But watching that game again, it is so unreal, just how sharp that team was, And I mean, obviously the Patriots played, well for the most part. I mean, shit, they put up over 500 yards passing.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
I know, don't bullshit me. But I mean, the Eagles just took it away every opportunity that they had. I mean, the defense just kept pounding. Foles, on point. The run game was moving the chains, and just the pace and the feel of the game. You couldn't believe what was going on, and I still can't. But it was just a solid game, and the parade was great and everything. So
yeah, with that game, I've never seen them so focused on one game before. It was incredible.
The focus, the intensity, and the one thing all season long, versus past years, and just compared to other teams, is that when things weren't going the way that they should be and stuff, the emotional courage of the team. So and what I mean by that is you don't commit bad mistakes. You don't just because you missed a play or something like that, you don't act hastily and commit penalties and start blowing the game out of proportion in that regard, or if something didn't go as planned, you just stick to it, and you watch that reward pay off, like in the Super Bowl we put pressure on Brady. We didn't go after him, intensely, but look what happened, fucking, that one play,
The strip sack at the end, the one little thing.
That one play.
That was the only sack during the game, by the way.
I know.
I loved it.
Yeah. So it's just fucking
Just
great.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Ugh.
Still, we're still living on cloud 9 from that one, and we probably will be for the next bunch of months.
Yeah.
All right. Well, aside from our Super Bowl talk, we are going to now flip the script and change the focus to the world of film news and reviews, Bill. As we're gonna head back to the galaxy far, far away.
To be going back. Yeah, can you wait? I cannot wait. Yeah,
No.
yeah. I've got a Norway in my pants right now. Yeah, because Norway is a big country.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it? How big?
It's very big. Yeah, and there's no pubic hair there either. Yeah, which means I have no pubic hair. Yeah, it's smooth like a baby's bottom. Yeah, like Sean's unborn baby bottom.
Yep. Well, anyway.
Chubby baby man.
Game of Thrones creators D.B. Weiss and David Benioff are set to produce a new Star Wars trilogy of films.
They are.
These new films will be separate from both the episodic Skywalker saga and saga and the recently announced trilogy being developed by Ryan Johnson, writer-director of Star Wars The Last Jedi. David and Dan are some of the best storytellers working today, said Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm. Their command of complex characters, depth in story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in new ways I find incredibly exciting.
Yeah, the new ways I heard are going to be cuckold and dildo strap-on. Yeah.
So that's going to be a really drastic turnaround for the Star Wars
if you
franchise.
can turn around because there's going to be a cock slapping you in the face. Yeah.
Anyway, Kjörgen,
yeah, from the Bjergen Fjords.
but on a more serious note, Bill,
Yeah.
Star Wars from the Game of Thrones guys. I mean, I know you don't watch Game of Thrones, but you still are aware of the tone of the show and the general gist of it. Right. So, could you see Star Wars in the tone of a Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I mean, I could see it in the tone in the sense that what Game of Thrones seems to be good at doing is creating that world within itself and having that conflict. Like you obviously have like all these different like families or like these sects,
the
houses and there's feuding going on and drama and stuff like that. So if you can manage that and keep it kind of self-contained, yeah, I could see that being exciting.
Now I'm not as big on the show obviously as I am with the books. I've already reiterated that many times, but I mean the series itself, they do a really good job of their storytelling of what they cherry pick off of from the books and interweaving different plot lines in a way that could be really beneficial to the Star Wars franchise. With The Last Jedi, I mean, we had Luke and Rey's plot, we had Kylo and Snoke, and then we had all the stupid bullshit going on in between that really didn't matter to anything. Come on,
don't bullshit me.
So I gotta play that one.
Don't bullshit me.
So I think with D.B. Weiss and David Benioff, they have the opportunity to really grab from so many different directions and really weave everything together in a way that the franchise is really sorely missing. Instead of just having plot A and plot B and then filler in between, you can have so many different things from all corners of the galaxy coming together in a really cool way, which I would find very beneficial to a universe that's kind of lacking in good storytelling aside from what we saw with The Last Jedi. Right. So I think that'll be a really good addition here as far as director wise. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out, and maybe what we get in terms of the story or what type of movie they're doing or what era they're doing it. Maybe could they do Knights of the Old Republic? Where are they gonna? Is this gonna be in the future? Is it gonna be in the past? Where is this movie coming from? So we're gonna.
Who are these people?
All right, moving on. Bill, read our next one, please. This one's really exciting.
Oh God, I can't wait. Hold on, let me just. There we go. Oh God. So this is big news. So the hotly anticipated feature-length fucking film follow-up to one of the biggest short film cult movies of the recent years has lined up an Oscar-nominated star.
Who is it?
Sean, I'm going to tell you.
Tell me now, please.
Now,
please tell me right now. Right fucking now.
That.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do? So we got Michael Fassbender being casted in David Sandberg's action comedy Kung Fury, which Sandberg will also star in and produce under his Laser Unicorns banner alongside Fassbender. Also is David Hasselhoff, who is set to appear, who was in the original Kung Fury and sang the theme song True Survivor, which, if you haven't heard it, download it.
Yeah, I wanted to get a clip to play for that, but we don't want to get in trouble.
Do we have True Survivor on the...
Well, we're not allowed to play music on here.
Why?
Because we get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I found out that you could, as long as you're talking over it and it's like low in the background.
Tricks of the trade here.
We'll have to write that one down.
Yeah. Jehovah spelled with an I. Yeah, that was a indie reference. Indiana Jones, no? Okay.
Mother of God.
So we got David Hasselhoff, Michael Fassbender, and now Arnold Schwarzenegger will be taking the mantle as the President of the United States in this movie. What the fuck is that sound
It's just
effect?
Arnold yelling.
Oh my god. So Jamie, Barb, real quick, have you guys ever seen Kung Fury?
No, actually, I haven't.
Do you have Netflix?
Yes.
So it's on Netflix, all right, and it's a 30-minute short film. So very very quick movie to watch. It's just a very random movie. It's this guy who knows kung fu, and he's a street cop and stuff like that.
Well, isn't his name Kung Fury? That's his name, right?
Yeah, like his kung fu name. You know what I mean?
I've never seen it.
And then you just got some random shit going on. Like there's a T-Rex, some Viking women, Hitler. There's a dinosaur cop that's called Triceratops. And then the theme song is David Hasselhoff. And I would look up the music video on YouTube when you get a chance, because that is basically...
Actually watch the whole movie on YouTube. It's on
it's on YouTube as well. And it's funny because the Hasselhoff music video is basically a trailer for the movie.
Okay.
So it's just hilarious. And it's 30 minutes. You watch it, it's just very random. It's so funny. So the fact that now that they're coming out with a feature-length film with Fassbender... You got the Hoff. You got Schwarzenegger. I mean, this is
a German cast.
I wonder if this is gonna be like an Expendables meets like like a Lethal Weapon kind of flick. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how you can summarize the original. Like I guess maybe more of like a Last Action Hero in a sense, where it's kind of got that fictional fantasy but action. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. You were even saying that as well. Like how does what from the 30-minute movie, how's that going to translate into a feature-length film that's going to be anywhere from probably an hour and a half to up to a possible 2-hour mark. So that'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how this pans out. So.
Yeah, that'll be. I'm gonna have to watch the original one because I still haven't seen it.
You still haven't seen it?
Remember, didn't you get to wear the jacket at Comic-Con?
Yes,
right?
I was actually.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, and you know what? It was funny you mentioned that because I actually was on eBay last night looking for that jacket. I was like, let's see if anybody's selling it on eBay, and there's some knockoffs on there, but on the official Kung Fury merch website, they are still selling the jacket on there, which is going for a pretty hefty price tag of $275. But
Ouch.
yeah, if you want to pull it up here, we can show it off and have a discussion at some point. But
Don't do that.
don't do it. But
No,
you should
no.
check it out.
I could try, but to be honest with you, it would actually interfere with the live stream.
Oh boy, technology at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're gonna see how much we can get a Kung Fury jacket for at a later date. But we're gonna continue along as actress Hilary Duff has been cast to portray Sharon Tate in The Haunting of Sharon Tate. Described as a psychological horror film, the film, written and directed by Daniel Farrens, takes a look at the last days leading up to the Tate murder from her point of view. The plot is inspired by an actual quote from Tate from an interview published a year before her death, wherein she reveals having dreams about ghosts haunting her house and foreseeing her own death at the hands of a satanic cult. However, another Charles Manson film titled Charlie Says is also in the works, with Doctor Who actor Matt Smith set to portray Manson. So, Bill, we have 3 films now, all set around the Sharon Tate murders, the Charles Manson family. Is this just too much all at the same time? Like, is this Volcano and Dante's Peak? Is this White House down and Olympus Has Fallen? Why when one thing comes out, like, everybody has to, like, jump on board and, like, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, it's
like Andy Serkis has a Jungle Book movie coming out too. Like, why do we need 3 of the same movie? I mean, this new one with Hilary Duff sounds a little bit different, obviously.
Right.
Sounds like a total bag of bullshit. But I mean, it's all centered around the same shit. So we're getting 3 of the same movies coming out probably within a year or 2 of each other.
Yeah.
Go.
I don't need it. I don't really care. And you know what? I mean, I'm not even like interested in like Charles Manson or anything like that at this point. You know what I mean? Like his stories, like, I don't even want to know anything about it at this point, But I will, divert for one moment. One thing that I have been watching is actually the Waco miniseries that's on the new Paramount network. Have you gotten into that?
Spike. No, I have not.
I only got into it just because it's a short miniseries. It's only
6-parter?
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes, and the cast is actually not bad for a network television show. Basically, you got Taylor Kitsch in there, Michael Shannon, you got Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, Rory Culkin, I think his name is.
He's creepy looking too.
Yeah. I mean, he just doesn't look as cracked out as his brother. You got the chick from. Did you see Oblivion with Tom Cruise?
No.
No. The girl lead character from that's in it. But the show's pretty cool in the sense that, I mean, I was like 6 or 7, I think, when when this had occurred in the U.S. and there was a lot of national coverage on this topic. Do you remember any of this, Sean? No. So I'm watching it right now. Not right now, but
when Princess Diana died.
Yeah.
Way to talk about a TV show during the movie segment, Bill.
Yeah. Well, it made a connection with what we were talking about, so.
Debatable.
Yeah. Well, let's debate it then.
I don't want to.
Then I win.
Okay.
Cool.
You win.
All right.
All right. Moving on. Read the next one, Bill.
I gotta read.
Yep.
God.
Kid can't even read.
Kid can't even read. According to Deadline, Antonio. I felt like I almost had to just read it all like that. Antonio Banderas and Michael Sheen have been casted as the live-action leads for The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, starring Robert Downey Jr., while Tom Holland, Emma Thompson, and Ralph Fiennes have joined the project to voice 3 of the film's talking animals. The film also stars Oscar Isaac, Olivia Wilde, and Annette Bening in unspecified roles.
I mean, that's a pretty
decent
star-studded cast
Yeah.
there, Bill.
I wanted to. I kind of had a crush on Annette Bening, like when she was younger, and like what was that? The American President.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was, but kind of like had a thing for her for like a little bit.
You probably had an
I'm not
Oedipus
surprised.
complex.
A what?
You probably had an Oedipus complex.
Why? Like that?
Why? Because she's like old.
Yeah, but like she wasn't like didn't remind me of my mom or anything like
Yeah, she
that.
probably did though. You're a creep like that.
I don't know. I just had an Annette Bening thing for like a year. So, well, just while the movie was out, really. She got old though, and you know, like she's what married to Warren Beatty or something.
Is that right?
Yeah, that
I
is
thought
right.
she was married to Bob Benning.
Bob Benning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it stupid how like actors or actresses don't take their husband's names?
Yeah, like
What are
oh,
you too cool?
I got my stage name because my career depends upon it.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it doesn't.
Well, maybe if you just weren't a shitty actor or actress and you could, you know, fucking act with whatever God-given name you have. Like, I'm Brent Sturgeon. Well, what's your real name? Bill Tozzi. But I go by the stage name of the Oscar-nominated Brent Sturgeon. Right? That's a good name.
I like it.
Don't you like it?
Yeah, there's something fishy about it though. Oh,
That explains the odor.
as our final movie topic here, Bill. I got one that you're really gonna enjoy, and again, I wish we could play some background music for this one, Bill, because Metallica frontman James Hetfield has been cast in the upcoming Ted Bundy film, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Wild. Hetfield will be playing Officer Bob Hayward, a no-nonsense Utah Highway Patrol veteran who was the first law enforcement officer to arrest Bundy in 1975 after pulling the killer over and discovering burglary tools in his car, but wisely suspecting much worse. It marks Hetfield's first dramatic role in a movie playing someone other than himself. Bill, yeah? What do you think about James Hetfield, ooh, starring in a movie, yeah? That's not, you know, a documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta keep talking because there's music playing. You gotta talk over it the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So give us your opinion,
Yeah.
Bill, quickly.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
No, but seriously, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Does it sound cool?
Like, did you get to see any clips of him acting or anything?
No.
No.
But I did see a picture of is it Zac Efron's playing Ted Bundy, and he looks really cool. I was actually gonna get that clip for this, but I didn't want to get in trouble. You know, whenever something comes out with him actually showed up, like doing something, or maybe just a photo or something, we're definitely gonna post that shit because it's gonna be cool. James Hetfield coming to a theater near you, starring in the Ted Bundy epic, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Wild. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Rated R. And that is going to do it for our flipping the script segment, Bill. You know, we've had a couple of movies come out recently that we want to talk about.
Yeah, that's good.
The first one being something that we referenced earlier. It came out.
Hold on one second.
What?
Is there any more pretzels left?
Pretzels.
There's
no pretzels.
Suck. You just brought pretzels for yourself.
Yes.
You know, every 2 weeks when we're in here, we bring beer that we happily share.
I share it. You didn't buy nothing.
I know, but I help you distribute. And
that's about all I got left.
yeah, a little nub, huh?
Yeah.
Like the tip of your penis. You know, I'm going to remember that for next time, both of you. You too, Barb. All right? Okay. Did Jesus only bring bread for himself?
I could care less.
Jamie, did we not get you on board with the biblical cinematic universe last
You
episode?
did.
Yes.
You did. I remember the rant that Bill went on.
An epic rant.
You are correct. Epic rant.
It might continue tonight, too, because, you know...
Oh, here we
remember?
But no.
Ah.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, you know, because since last time, there's more that's going to happen, right? So, you remember when we talked about Ramses, right? Well, Ramses is like mega pissed off, right? Because, you know, he didn't put the lamb's blood over the door that night. And guess what? One of the plagues ended up killing his son.
Wait, so he didn't get passed over?
No. He got dead over.
Oh.
Yeah. So his son dies, right? But get this, okay? So then he ends up going after Moses and shit because he's like, Moses, fuck you, you piece of shit scumbag. You know? No way does your hair color just go from brown to gray overnight because you're some kind of prophet now. Yeah.
Wait. This is going to be in the movie, though, right?
Right.
So we can't give all the plot points away.
Yeah, but it's a religious movie, so I mean, you have, you know, the Lord's doing so.
Look, how many people have actually read the Bible?
Dude.
Like 3?
Yeah, but like
So we can't spoil it.
I think 3's too many.
right, but you see, the Bible is only a foundation for what possibly happened, okay?
It's fiction.
Because think about it. How many times did God intervene with something like, you know, think about it. Mary, the mother of Jesus fucking Christ, you know, and she just had an immaculate conception, which we're going to show on the screen. Burning bush, her bush, Jesus coming out of a burning bush, which is actually Mary's bush, and it's going to be fucking epic, right? But it doesn't end there.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Don't tell him what happens next, though, because that's the best part. Okay.
I'm going to tell him, though.
No, don't tell him.
I'm not going to want to see it if you keep going.
Yeah, we need to save something for the imagination.
Well,
Don't describe her bush anymore. Coming to you later on.
Well, imagine this then. So, you got the Ark of the Covenant, right? You thought it was lost because Indiana Jones couldn't find it, right? Well, fuck him, because we have it. Ark of the Covenant, right? And if you open it, your eyes get fucking burned out of your goddamn sockets, right? But guess what? Doesn't end with just cool historical shit like that.
Don't tell him what it ends with, though. Because that's like the end. No?
So we also got the Dead Sea Scrolls. You thought that they were missing and that they were in the Dead Sea, right? Because it's really salt, you know, there's a lot of salt water, right? So that dense salt water, you know, might have destroyed them, right? But guess what? They weren't in the Dead Sea. Guess what sea they were in?
No, don't tell him what sea they were in.
I'm not.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of different bodies of water across the globe. And you know what? It could be anyone's guess. Except the fact that I know which body of water it is. And it is...
Coming to you next summer. Hey.
But guess what?
No more. We can't give any more away. This movie is just so incredibly epic. We've given so many plot points away that it's really it's getting traction. It's getting everybody on board. The Ark, you know, but we don't want to.
Ark, Noah, Sodom, Gomorrah, Barabbas.
I feel like I've been sodomized already.
Job, Ezekiel, Corinthians, Matthew, Mark, fucking Luke, and John, dude, coming back, reunited. And it feels so good.
Now, you know what
everybody's working for the weekend, baby.
Bill, you know what didn't feel very good, though?
A boner when you're walking around Walmart?
I would disagree.
Oh.
But what didn't feel good was watching the Cloverfield Paradox, Bill.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into that a little bit here. So as we alluded to earlier, if you haven't watched it yet, the Cloverfield Paradox is not coming to you from Paramount Theaters in your local theater on April 20th. It's actually on Netflix right now. It dropped the night of the Super Bowl. And, we watched it. So, Bill, what did you think about the Cloverfield Paradox?
The movie. Now, I haven't seen any of the Cloverfield movies before. So no. So I watched this right now. I did just watch Cloverfield Lane, 10 Cloverfield Lane the other day. I still got to see the first one, but I know I know what it's about and stuff, right? So
it's got the lead singer from Yellow Card in it.
Yeah.
He's like a bartender.
Wow. You know, they don't tour anymore.
No, they're done.
Doobity done. So, I knew from what my wife told me about the the other movies, what I should expect, and to be honest, what she had told me didn't match up with the expectations that I thought were to follow. So, basically, the movie that I got. I would say, having not seen the other movies, prior to that, this even as it felt like a standalone movie for me, just in the sense that I didn't see the other two yet, it was just a very confusing movie all around, and
it's paradoxical.
Very, and
that's what they were going for.
And any time that you have time shifts and shit like that,
alternate dimension
toys, brother,
parallel universes,
yeah, cats and dogs playing together, but wow, never gets old. But this movie just
sucks.
Yeah. There you can question how certain things happen, because of a time paradox, but then you feel like they didn't play that they didn't adhere to, time paradoxical guidelines with certain things, but then just
like if you go back to 1955 and alter events there, obviously it's going to change when you go back to the future.
Right. Duh.
So I don't know what
basic time travel. But at the same time, it's just the fact that, as these, these time shifts and paradoxes are occurring within itself, just things start unraveling more and more that aren't getting answered, and things happen, and there's no closure, or things just happen because it's a time shift, so we can allow ourselves to not explain things or have things be correct, and I hate when movies like that detract from the
they
actual
leave it
laws.
Up to you too much to kind of fill in the blanks with their lazy storytelling.
Right.
It's like, oh, what did you actually think happened? This movie was an absolute sloppy mess. Even though they tried to connect things to the other movies, like they went in the bunker that they're in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense because the character that went in that was the chick's husband.
Yeah.
And they were clearly British.
Right.
So how did they get into this bunker that wasn't in England in the first place? Which didn't make sense because John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead are in there in 10 Cloverfield Lane, so I don't know how they got to America.
Yeah, and I mean,
quickly.
I think things like that, like as paradoxes occur and stuff like that, then I guess they create, alternate dimensions within them.
But again, it's lazy. It's
right, and that's lazy
storytelling.
because then when you ask an audience member to say, oh, what do you think happened? Then it shifts the blame, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It says like, oh, well, we were lazy or we didn't care to actually adhere to guidelines, so whatever your thoughts are absolutely correct, and it's gone.
We do have a full write-up over at our website, www.thecinescape.com. You can
fucking
go
love
in
that
and
website.
check that. It's a great website. All our movie reviews are up there.
Full
all our
HD
podcast episodes.
HD,
Yeah,
right?
it's great. It's really fantastic.
Listen,
It's
if there was
incredible.
one thing that the download would tell you to download this year, Jamie, aside from downloading cuckold porn from Pornhub, Barb, do you like porn? Yeah, of course you do. I love it too. Listen, one of the things that I love is black midgets. I love them. They're adorable, incredible little porn stars, and they could suck the shoe polish off a shoe. And that, let me tell you, not fake news. Straight from China. So
anyway.
check out the Cinescape.com.
Yeah.
It's a really incredible website with a lot of great content. Full HD. Love it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much more about this shitty movie.
So
what's
what's not?
well, just last thing.
What's this little blurb on the screen?
We had a guy on Facebook did comment about that. This is from Matt Stevens on Facebook. Matt said about this movie, I'm a huge fan of the first two. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Bruhl, and now because of this movie, a huge fan of Elizabeth Debicki. I love the little cameo by Donald Logue. The whole idea of parallel universes, I think the Cloverfield Paradox and Life would make a great double feature. I did not see Life, but that would have made
I saw Life.
a great Venom prequel.
Yeah, I saw Life, and it was good, but some gripes I had with that as well. So you know what? Why don't you watch it, and then that'll be a good movie for us to discuss.
Okay, I can do that.
All right.
Yeah, it was very easy to see why this did not get put out in theaters and was
Absolutely.
available on
Absolutely.
Netflix for free.
Do we have other Netflix stuff to talk about?
Nope, we just got one more.
So did you see? Yeah. Did you see some of these big deals that they've been locking down? Like they got the Chris Rock specials.
I saw that on there.
Bringing
I've been
Chris
watching. You know,
Rock
I've
back.
been watching The Office.
Have you?
I never watched it before.
I got into it.
Been binging it all week.
Yeah, it
on
was
like season 4 already.
It was on TV last week,
It's
and I
on
started
TV. I
watching
saw
some of
it,
it.
like, nonstop,
Yeah,
too.
I got into it. a little bit.
Comedy Central, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
Comedy Central.
It's great. I don't know why I didn't watch it.
Have
before.
you? Yeah, I know. Have you seen Trailer Park Boys?
Nah, I
No,
never watched
that's something I've
heard good
I want to
things.
get into. Yeah,
But you know what I want to get into, Bill?
anal.
Black Panther.
Oh yeah,
Fight in the middle of your Black Panther party.
my box.
So, the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Black Panther, released this weekend.
Yeah,
Bill, unfortunately, I did not
Yeah.
get to go see it with you and the rest of our group of cronies.
I know, because you saw
Yeah, I suck. I did see it on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Very special screening, early advanced, posh. But I did see it. It was cool.
Yeah.
I really liked it. There's also, Bill, over on the Cinescape.com, there's
Yeah.
a full review of that film as well that you can go check out.
I fucking love it.
But getting into this one,
Yeah.
really loved it. You know, getting the little bit of T'Challa that we got to see in Civil War.
Challah bread?
No, T'Challa.
Oh, T'Challa.
T'Challa.
Yeah. sorry.
Yeah, this picked up after the events of Civil War. Spoiler alert. You know, if you guys, to preface this, if you guys have not seen Black Panther yet, you might want to come back to this portion of the show.
Step away.
We don't want to spoil
now.
anything for you, so we are giving you fair warning.
Or if you want, pause the podcast right now on your listening device, go see Black Panther, and then resume
Immediately.
playing. And then resume playing
Yes.
as soon as you're done.
But this does pick up after the events of Civil War. You know, his father T'Chaka is killed at the UN. he does his thing during the movie, and then here we are, the fallout of all that. He's still dealing with his father's death. He becomes the king of Wakanda after a trial by combat, basically. Yeah, he wrecks shop with M'Baku.
M'Baku. I liked M'Baku.
M'Baku is cool. They didn't give him his comic name, which is Man Ape in the comics.
You
they
could
didn't want to
understand
be
why.
too
Right.
racist, I guess. There were a lot of things that they didn't want to be overly racist with.
Yeah.
Which is fine. M'Baku is fine. He was a great character. But just going through the movie and seeing the way that the events unfolded, the new tech that we got, the characters, the supporting cast. Bill, what were some of your favorite parts of Black Panther?
I really liked the scenery. Obviously, the movie tried to emulate some of the rich and robust cultures that are very similar in a sense in Africa right now. So I really liked seeing like the certain landscapes, the the cities and stuff like that. I mean, it would be amazing to see a city of that kind of advancement, but I like the way that they blended, like a technologically advanced society, but also with the simplicity of, like where they once came from. What I mean?
They still did such an amazing job of keeping the culture of. There are 5 different tribes, I believe, in Wakanda. You still had the ceremonial dress, the dance, the songs, just the overall vibe and feel of the different tribes and the way of their lifestyle. They obviously are highly advanced technologically, and there was a lot of discrepancy with some of the different tribes, like M'Baku's tribe.
Right.
They didn't want to lean on that as a crutch. They still wanted to have it as their own, their people and their ways, which, if you're going to, when you do Black Panther 2, I mean, that can be another focal point.
Right.
This tribe doesn't want to do this because of X. This tribe doesn't want to do that because of Y.
Right.
And it's still, really all enveloping with that. But just the way that, everything was shot and the looks of it all were just so spectacularly done. The visuals, I would give it like a 97% in terms of just the aesthetics. I did have a little bit of issue with some of the CG with like the rhinos. Some of the it looked okay.
Right. Easily forgettable.
Just for like a second or two, like it took you out of the scene that they were in. It wasn't that much of a big deal though.
Yeah.
And even Black Panther's fight with Killmonger towards the end of the film.
Yeah.
A little bit of that didn't look too good to me, but I mean, just nothing that would lower my overall, viewing experience.
Yeah, and
too much.
Even with like the culture too, and like I don't know if you're aware, but like even over in Africa, like the self-expression, even for like for their working class folk is the way that they express themselves is by the clothing, the fashion, and what they actually do is they buy a lot of times like used clothing, and it's all designer stuff, like so when you see in the movie, when you see some of these folks,
I wanted to see like people wearing Patriots 2018 Super Bowl champions shirts.
the harsh reality of what happens with NFL merch after a no, but I mean, like, for example, the I don't know his name, but the one guy that was basically on the King's like council, he was always wearing like a different suit, you know what I mean? That was color coordinated.
Suit.
Yeah.
that main thing that took me out of the movie every time I saw it. Dude, he had the big disc in his mouth.
Right.
I kept thinking to myself, who is this dude with the fucking frisbee in his mouth dressed like the Riddler the whole time? Because he's always wearing like a green like 3-piece suit, and everybody else is like all like dressed tribal.
Right.
But I just laughed every time I saw him.
That actually happens over in many like South Africa, for example.
Well, South Africa is where the white people live.
Yeah, I understand.
We're getting an Africa lesson from a white guy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm saying South Africa because it is a country that has.
The band Seether is from South Africa.
Well, it has just like any country, some poverty issues within its certain cities, but it's also one of those. If you take Johannesburg, for example, it's one of those cities where even impoverished or working class folk, they get like designer brand suits or dresses, and when you walk down their streets, you see these people just walking down and like they're dressed like as if they're going to the prom, you know what I mean? But that's their their culture. They embrace that fun aspect. So like when you watch the movie, like you don't really take notice, but take notice of the just passerbys in the movie. They're all dressed up to the nines and stuff like that. And that's actually a accurate depiction of many cities in Africa. And
so aside from the culture, the aesthetics, the landscapes,
from that,
let's talk about some of the characters. One of my obviously Chadwick Boseman, killed it in Civil War. He continues that in his own standalone film. Just every scene that he was in, he was so gripping and captivating. Like every word that he had to say,
his focus, you know what I mean?
You were just hanging off his every word because he's just so well spoken, and he has like that quiet intensity to where
stoic.
Stoic. The stoicism to where you have to listen to everything that he's going to say, and he just his delivery and everything is so perfect and impeccable, and he really went through so many different ups and downs, the becoming the king, losing his father, and learning about the shady shit that his dad did with killing his uncle, and then everything with Killmonger, and he loses the throne, and then he comes back and gets everything going. But aside from him, like, he wasn't the main focus of this movie, Bill. The main focus was, who do you think the main focus was on, in your opinion? I mean, Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger had a very substantial part.
Yeah.
But I think the women of this movie were
absolutely.
front and center.
And you know what? I gotta say, one of my favorite characters was
Shuri.
No.
Or was it Okoye?
Okoye, the general. I loved her.
Denai Guerrero from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I loved her, man. She was, her intensity, her, her wits too. I mean, she wasn't a funny character by any means, but just the way that she would make a witty remark at times. Her witticism with that. But the thing I liked about her character was that even when spoilers, even when Killmonger takes the throne, her duty as a general is to the king.
Yeah, as much as she didn't want to continue that, her she was for the throne and the nation. That was her duty.
And then only when she actually sees T'Challa alive is she then now finally questioning her motives and where her and her army
and even in the face of her, I don't know if they were married or if they were just together, but her
their relationship
other, they were on opposing sides of everything, and she just flat out told him this is the way it's gonna be, and then she went to battle with him.
She was just
she was great.
It was just that had that sex appeal in herself. You know what I mean? Like the way that she commanded her presence on screen. That that's something that she didn't need to be dressed up or anything like that. Like that performance was commanding in itself.
All the women of the Dora Milaje were
absolutely, and I mean
fierce
Shuri
and awesome.
Shuri, I enjoyed too.
She was great. She was one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, and
T'Challa's younger sister. She's the Tony Stark of the film.
Right.
Her tech. I think I wrote this in the review that's up on our webpage. I think, what's it say verbatim? It's like, it makes Tony Stark's tech look like Tinker Toys. The shit that they have readily available in Wakanda
Yeah.
is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
Like with Martin Freeman's character in there, he's,
when he uses
flying
the toaster oven, right? And I mean, like, you're like, there's no toaster oven like that in any other fucking.
No toaster.
No.
He's flying a VR plane.
Oh yeah.
And they're driving like a VR car, but it's actually driving in real life.
Right.
But I mean, I think this film was so important, not because, and it's not the first superhero film led by a black actor. It's not. We've had plenty in the past. That's not what it's
Blank
about.
Man.
Yeah, Pluto Nash,
Meteor Man,
Steel,
Meteor Man, with forget his name.
Yeah, that's not what it is. But what this film did, it was Bill, and we were talking about this on the way down. It's empowering to a culture of people that don't readily see that as a norm, a social norm.
Right.
You look at the 18th film in the MCU.
Yeah.
18, 19, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
99% the lead actor is a white guy.
Right.
I mean, we're getting a culturally diverse range of actors and actresses. This is the Black Panther was obviously an African lead. I don't know if Chadwick Boseman is actually African or where he comes from. But the girls, the women in this movie are front and center. We're starting to get such a diverse range of cast now that it's becoming all-encompassing. It's really becoming something for everybody to enjoy, no matter what color, creed, race, religion, whoever you are. This is something for everybody to enjoy. And if a film like Black Panther can get a race of people that normally don't come out to see these types of movies and enjoy it and want to come back for other ones,
right,
then Marvel and Disney have done their job.
Yeah.
Because, maybe person X came to see this movie because of what the film in their eyes stood for,
right,
and they really liked it.
Yeah.
So they're going to come back to see Infinity War in May.
Yeah.
Or they're going to come back to see Captain Marvel 2 or Guardians 3 or Spider-Man Homecoming 2 or whatever it is. So when you can have these types of different characters represented and get new audiences in because they dug this, hey, maybe if I like this and I haven't come to see them before, maybe I'm going to like what's coming out next no matter who it is.
Yeah.
I think overall that's a good thing. And a lot of the themes and messages in this movie were really, a positive thing, especially with the first post-credit scene at the UN meeting with T'Challa, and he's speaking on equality and moving forward and being more of a global presence for Wakanda, helping out the rest of the world. And just the themes and messages of his speech are really parallel to what our world in real life should be. And I thought that scene was really powerful and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
But overall, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10 for everything that it did, everything that it stood for, and how great it was.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it.
It was definitely a standalone movie that stood on its own two legs. I just have some mixed emotions, only in the sense that I guess I anticipated some things being directly tied into some things to come. Obviously Infinity War's rolling right around the corner.
And I kind of like that they didn't do that, though.
And to my point, I had anticipated things, but at the same time, I'm glad as well because, you didn't want this movie to feel like that it needed to do things to support Infinity War coming out, nor did you want Infinity War to swallow up this movie whole and spit it out and make you, forget that this movie even came out, this weekend. So,
yeah, and especially with these, and if it's going to be an origin story, they need to do a good job of setting up the character, setting up the world, and making it stand on its own.
I'm glad that this movie didn't feel connected
No,
to
it really didn't.
to the MCU and like everything else that was going on. Like very minimal tie-in to what what else we know is going on in the MCU.
This is a movie that you could pop on, never having seen anything else,
Right.
and
I mean,
totally be on
in
board
the
with.
beginning we get some backstory into T'Challa's father and stuff, and what happened with his family, but there's nothing to clue you in as to what else is going on in the MCU except for the fact that this just took place right after Civil War.
Bill, as we're wrapping up here, give me a score out of 10.
Score, I am going to give this movie a 8.9.
8.9. I'm at a 9 out of 10. We both really dug this film. Very well done. Congratulations to Ryan Coogler and the incredible cast of actors and actresses that were a part of this film. We want to know what you guys had to say about this film. So on our Facebook, on our Twitter, or over at thecinescape.com, leave your thoughts and comments on this film, and we'll compare notes and see what we thought about it. Moving forward, Bill, 2 weeks from today, our next show will have some repercussions from the Cinescape Trivia Challenge New Year's Brawl, as we are having not one but 2 trivia matches.
Super Brawl 8.
We will have our Tag Team Championship match featuring current champions Rad Nads versus the #1 contenders in Team Stay Metal, Eric Yelowitz and Leaf Doc of Hit the Pit, right here on Toxic Radio on Wednesday nights. We will also have our singles championship match between Steven Ruck, who is the #1 contender.
Sweet slippery nipples.
The winner of the Fatal 5-Way match at the New Year's Brawl. He will be taking on the current champion, Mike Christman. So we will
Christman?
Yes, Michael Christman. We will be looking forward to that in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for all the upcoming promo videos that are sure to come out over the next 2 weeks.
We'll see.
And that is all we have for you guys tonight. For myself, Sean Harrigan, for Bill Tozzi, for Jamie over there behind the computer screen.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you all.
And for Barb, who has her hand
Barb,
underneath the desk, where
in a jerking motion.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys for listening. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great weekend.
Goodbye.